All right, we should be live here for our weekly training. Today, we're going to chat about strategizing your mindsets. You should pay attention if you want to scale your real estate business. And this is one of those times, not quite like the Great Recession years, 2008, 9, 10, yet I think it's going to have the same impact on our industry. I think a lot of agents are going to succumb to the fear, uncertainty, and doubt as it relates to all of the headlines that indicate we should never sell, or maybe no homes will ever sell again. So this training specifically will help you work your mindsets in a way where not only you'll stay in real estate, but you will absolutely crush the next 12, 24, 36 months, which I think is going to be a challenging time. And so the subtitle of our training is the mindsets and disciplines required to thrive in a shift. So if you don't have a copy of the giveaway for this week's training, it is critical. In fact, I don't think I'm going to go through it. So I'll be able to kind of guide you and train you how to do this exercise, but this is a critical part of what we'll be going through. So just drop mindsets wherever you are consuming this, right? I think I'm going live to 4 or 5 platforms. So just comment mindsets and my team will get you a copy of Business Freedom Scorecard, the Personal Freedom Scorecard, and also an exercise on how to actually transform your mindset. So the quote for today, and this is inspired by work I did with Tony Robbins. I probably spent more than 100,000 with Tony Robbins. Then also with Dan Sullivan, probably more than 100,000 with Dan Sullivan, and both impacted my journey quite a bit. And the takeaway of all the stuff I learned from Tony is that success in anything that matters is around psychology. So it's 80% psychology and 20% tactics, right? So that's like the takeaway. I've always remembered that. And that was exciting to me because anyone can learn tactics, right? Let's just use health and fitness, for example. Is there any shortage of tactics or strategies or mechanics around how to be physically fit? Not at all. But it's like 70% of Americans are like morbidly or obese or morbidly obese. So why is that, right? It's the psychology, it's the mindset they have around their physical body that limits their ability to be able to perform in that area. So here's the question I have for you. Are my mindsets where they need to be to achieve my growth goals in business and life? The answer for me is even probably not. There's always like another level that I'm looking for in terms of growth. And so let's lean in here. I'm going to change the view here so you can not maybe look at my big head the whole time. So the question is, can you do this? Whatever you're looking to achieve, can you do this? And I'm going to take you through a series of questions that will help at least prompt you to understand whether or not you're in the right mindset to achieve the goal you've set for yourself. And this is mostly going to be about business, but in order to take your business to the next level, it's necessary to let go of certain limiting beliefs regarding your business, how it operates, and your role in its success. Business of real estate is not complicated, but building a business that truly serves your needs, meaning time, money, and stress freedom, can feel overwhelming at times. So kind of think about these questions. What are some of your fears when it comes to building a business? Do you really think it's possible? And when I say business, I'm the founder of Real Estate B School. The B stands for business. So this is business school for real estate agents. And it's different than just slinging houses, right? It's different than just selling 1 or 2 or 3 or even 10 houses a month. If you are the entire thing, the whole thing revolves around you and there's no freedom whatsoever. Maybe you check the box on money, but you're stressed all the time and you have no time to enjoy it. You're working most evenings and weekends, right? So I'm talking about building a business. What fears do you have of taking yourself out of parts of the business so that you can scale independent of the hours you have to put into the business? And do you really think it's even possible? What limiting beliefs do you have regarding time and money as it relates to real estate? Do you feel they are a trade-off? Can you deliver enough value to justify making $1,000 per hour? So the game I've been playing in business, I simply want to make $1 million and I want to work 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours is 20 hours a week. $1 million is $1 million take home, and that's $1,000 an hour. So that's the mindset that I've had around my business. And And that mindset has allowed me to treat my business differently than most real estate agents. And the last question here, what action steps can you take today to break through your limiting beliefs? And we're going to address some of that. There's concrete things you can do. Absolutely destroy your limiting beliefs as they relate to growing your sales and scaling your business, right? So how do we bridge the gap? First of all, you have to believe. You have to believe it's possible, even if you're inspired maybe by me and my journey or someone in your market that is, selling more homes than you are, and they seem to have it together. Not everyone has it together that's selling a lot of homes. But you have to believe that it's possible, and you have to do the real work, which is the introspective work. And that's some of what we're going to do today. So let's dive into, all right. So this, you really need these hands out, but don't worry if you don't have them. Just put mindsets where you're watching and my team will get them to you. And you can come back to where you're watching and you can kind of go through this. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I created these scorecards. There's a scorecard for business and then for personal. So business freedom and personal freedom. And it'll make sense here in a second. And you're going to be able to score yourself. And then you're going to be able to strategize your mindsets based on what I'll go through here. So each of these scorecards have 8 mindsets. So there are specific mindsets in business that will either propel you in your journey or they'll hinder you in your journey. And Bonnie, I see you with the comment mindset. So I'll make sure my team jumps on that. I'm not going to do all of these because I think I'll be here for a while just explaining them. They're pretty self-explanatory. Let me describe the 4 quadrants. So you're grading yourself on a scale of 1 to 12, but generally you're looking for the quadrant that most relates to how you show up in that mindset. So 1, 2, or 3, it's typically on the lower end. 4, 5, 6, it's not above the middle, but not quite as low. 7, 8, 9 is sort of traditional success, for conventional success for the most part. And 10, 11, 12 is what we call transformative success. That's where you're really thinking ahead and you're ahead of the game in terms of that specific mindset. So let's go through a couple on business freedom scorecard, and then we'll go through a couple on personal freedom scorecard. And then I'll go through how you actually shift these mindsets. And I want you to choose 2 from business and 2 from personal that you're going to work on over the next 90 days. That's how we can actually shift our mindsets as they relate to an area of our business or our personal life. So let's do strategic focus. So your ability to build a business, to grow your sales, scale your business, comes down to what you focus on. And strategic focus is critically important. It's like the baseline of building anything worth having. So let me read through these and just listen to me as I read through these 4 quadrants. Pick the one that you most identify with as you are currently, not aspirational, where you are right now. Number 1 is strategic focus. So your planning time frame is the deal that's blowing up or the buyer that's in your car. You have no energy for thinking beyond that. So that's not great in terms of strategic focus. The next one, you feel reasonably clear and confident about your ability to make it through the next 3 months. So your horizon in terms of your strategic or planning horizon is like, I can see about 3 months out. I've got some good buyer and seller clients. I've got a couple listings that might be coming on, but it's not farther out than that. The next quadrant is you have a multi-year plan for staying competitive in an unpredictably changing industry and economy. Talk about that. And I built these out several years ago, but talk about that last part of that. Unpredictably changing industry and economy. Holy cow. So do you have a multi-year plan, right? The next one is your business platform is so superior that you're able to dominate your market in the next 5 to 7 years. Right? That's the next level, right? So conventional success would have you in the 3rd quadrant there, the 7, 8, 9 multi-year plan. Most agents are living in, honestly, the first 2 quadrants. So just rate yourself where you are presently. No judgment, the quadrant generally, and then are you on the lower side or the upper side? So if I had a multi-year plan, but I really don't use it and it's not really guiding the choices, I might say a 7. If I had a multi-year plan and it actually guides my actions on a regular basis and I'm using it on a daily and weekly basis, I'd probably rate myself a 9, right? So you pick the quadrant and then you pick the number in the quadrant and then you put that number in the present on the area. You're going to have these in a PDF form. You're going to print them and so it'll make sense. And then there's a typo. It says 90 DS. So then you're going to indicate where you want to be 90 days from now, right? Where do you want to be 90 days from now? And obviously, many of these are things, well, all of them are things that we work on in real estate B schools. So there's systems, tools, and tactics, and swipeable, deployable, R&D, rip off and duplicate things that you'll just take into your business. So let's do one more here. All right, let's do new prospect pipeline. Yeah, so let's do number 4. So you have no consistent marketing process. Your business is subject to the general market conditions, right? So business comes in or it doesn't, you don't do much to control it. The second quadrant, you have some sporadic marketing in place and lead flow is the same. You wish you had more. That's probably most agents, honestly. The bar's not too high when it comes to sort of lead gen, and attracting new clients. The third quadrant is you have a consistent flow of leads. You are the one that runs the marketing efforts. So if you slow down, lead flow slows down. So that is conventional success, where if you're not running hard and doing the things to generate leads, there are no leads coming in, right? And then the last quadrant here, this is where we want to be. Your lead flow is abundant and very high quality. You market as an authority in your market. You get to pick and choose who you work, right? That's where we want to be. It's just overflowing. We can pick price points. We can pick the type of clients. There's just too much opportunity to possibly get to. So where are you as it relates to the mindset of new prospect pipeline? Actually, where are you today? And then where do you want to be 90 days from now? Right? And you'll go through all of this: technology, digital presence, new client acquisition, world-class client experience. At Real Estate B School, we are hyper vigilant and hyper focused and super obsessed on client experience as a lead gen lever, right? So if we get one client, if we build out a process to deliver an experience to them that they never thought was possible, we know that one client can turn into 2 clients in a very short period of time. And then those 2 clients can turn into a couple of clients for each of them, turns into 4. So if you could do 12 deals a year in your normal business, implementing a world-class client delivery will allow you to double or triple the amount of production, and it kind of goes out from there, which is pretty cool. All right, so let me I want to go through a couple mindsets here on the personal freedom scorecard, and then I'll take you through the exercise on how to build these out for yourself. All right, so so this is like personal freedom. Let's do big ambition. Yeah, let's do big ambition. So the mindset around your ambition. So the first quadrant, you see your biggest growth and achievements as being in the past. You're holding on to what you have. A small percentage, I'd say less than 10%. You're hopeful about your future, but your primary focus is on your annual goals. You believe your greatest personal and professional achievements lie in the future. Let me pick one more. Let me do no more competition. You feel increasingly threatened and intimidated by people in our industry that have new ideas or different ways of doing things. Next, you have lots of ideas that other people like, but you never make them practically useful. You regularly create solutions to problems in your real estate business. You're so far ahead in your thinking and application of new ideas that you don't have time to worry about your competitors, right? So these are a slightly different flavor. They're more internal, and they're more about personal freedom. Let me do one more. This one's a good one. Expand your freedom. You're increasingly angry and bitter that your real estate career is frustrating and unrewarding. As each year passes, you're working harder so that you can retire as soon as possible from your unstimulating real estate career. A lot of agents fall into that. Conventional success is the third quadrant here. Your idea of freedom is having weekends and evenings off to get out of the grind. Vacations are the highlight of your year. And then transformative, the fourth quadrant, everything you do is working toward your big picture goals, and you help others do the same, right? So you can get a feeling. So you're going to go through this exercise, you're going to print out this PDF, go through this exercise, and it's going to allow you to indicate on a scale from 1 to 12 where you are currently and where you want to be in 90 days. Then I think I've got a couple here. Yeah, I've got 2 pages here. So each of this third and fourth page of this handout, you're going to pick 2 of the business. So 2 of the 8 for business and 2 of the 8 for personal. And you're going to strategize on how to improve them over the next 90 days. So you're going to say, let's say on business, one of them was strategic focus. You're going to print this out, write strategic focus. Where do you want to be 90 days from now? You can look at the quadrant ahead of where you are. And if let's say you're a 5, you want to build out a multi-year plan for staying competitive, We have a 3-year vision, a 1-year plan, 90-day world with our business freedom planner. And then we have a weekly and a daily cadence. So that is really the ultimate. And then we think, 3, 5, and 10 years out in real estate B-School in terms of what's going on in the industry and how we're going to. So that's something that you could aim toward, right? So you're going to fill in ideal outcome 90 days from now. What does it look like, right? This is practical. So your mindset, or you can shift your mindset around this by building out a 1-year plan, building out a 3-year vision, working inside a 90-day planning system. And then the specific actions, it could be whatever they are, block out 3 90-minute time blocks on your calendar, research, resources to create a 3-year vision. And then how do you build a 1-year plan in real estate? Ask ChatGPT, how do you create a 1-year plan in real estate, right? Those are your specific actions. So at the end of 90 days, you could move from, you have no planning time frame because you're just worried about the next deal blowing up, to you could leapfrog from a 2 to an 8 or a 7 or 8 in 90 days, which is amazing. And you get to work on these 2 scorecards every 90 days. So it's like super powerful when you really understand the power of what this is. I think it's game over. And that's why it's really exciting to me. So let me see if there's anything. So you're going to do 2 for business, 2 for personal. So make sure you grab a copy of this. And that is, let me jump back over to here. Let me see. I'm just going to finish up with a quick, super low key. So if you want to, so if part of going through that exercise is like, I do not have my crap together, and a little bit self-serving only in the fact that that's the way that I've built multiple businesses now with those mindsets, mostly those mindsets in multiple businesses. So business and personal mindsets, and worked on it on a 90-day basis. And so 10 years into Real Estate B-School, we've got most of that built out for you that you can swipe and deploy all the systems. So if you want to have a conversation about where you are and what's possible in our world, go to rebsgrowthassessment.com. That's rebsgrowthassessment.com. It's a super low key call, mostly to make sure you would be a good fit for our world, and you'll get a ton out of the call. So we'll see you on the next training. Friends, it's all about mindset. I wish there was a magic pill to growth in business and growth personally. But if you keep leaning in, you will get there. So good luck. Definitely take action. Go to rebsgrowthassessment.com. We'll see you on the next training. Much love.